Do you have absolute certainty about how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes. Do you think that worked?
Bella Verita, how about you?
I definitely think that works, Gina Ricci.
Ooh.
What are we doing?
We are in we got like there we go. The screen, I don't know if you missed that, but we were like we had a lot there was a bunch of us on another screen. Anyway, we're all here for an incredible opportunity to play Real Raw with you.
Yes. And I thought Sean was going to be calling in. So let me check to see where he's at. Because he said it, so I don't know what is happening, but I will be right back, Gina.
Okay, sounds good. So welcome everyone. We're having some tech challenges today, so bear with us. That is, that it's been a kind of a day like that on my end. So that's always a fun thing. What I think maybe he might be calling in. I'm gonna mute you guys and I'll be right there.
Did we lose Gina now?
No, she muted herself. She said she'd be right back.
Okay, got it. All right. Well, I got Sean Callaghan coming through on the phone today. I don't know. There must be like a Mercury retrograde or something happening. Are you with us, Sean?
Yeah, I'm here. So sorry, guys. I don't know what's happening. Am I on like speaker or am I through your system?
You are on speaker on my phone.
Yeah, I'm going to plug in differently. So just keep going with the intros and let's go.
Okay. Well, I don't know where Gina just went. So she's doing the intros. So I'm not sure.
I am here. I had Sean's right hand calling me on the other line, trying to get him lined in. Nicole Maiello. So we were trying to figure that out, but let's go. Let's roll with this. We've got Yulia Vargas here today from Miami. She's a platinum partner. She has dynamic expertise in commercial real estate, sales, and leasing. And she's the president of Certified Commercial Investment Member Association and has sat on numerous boards in real estate with real estate professionals. And team, if you could let Nicole Maiello, who's in the other room, in, she's raising her hand, that I think will work out all the tech difficulties. So everyone, would you please join me in welcoming Yulia Vargas to the Real Raw?
And it looks like Yulia is on the phone taking a phone call. So I don't know if she's present with us, Gina.
I know I happened to notice that as I was sharing about Yulia. And so let's go with our next contestant, Mr. Jules De La Nuez, also from Miami, Florida. This is a Miami party today. Seasoned real estate professional at Vera Realty, serving South Florida. He's committed to taking care of his clients' needs and over-delivering value to them every day. Please, everyone, join me in welcoming Jules De La Nuez to the Real Raw.
So basically, I've just been a realtor for a couple of years, and I really committed. I work 24 hours a day. Like I don't, I like when my clients call me directly. Like I try to get a one-on-one with them. And sometimes people don't even have approval letters, and I still go show them properties because I really, really feel that in this day and age, we need to see each other, even though there's COVID or whatever. Once you make that connection, people will feel more like you really care about them versus just, oh, do you have an approval letter? Oh, I don't. Well, then I can't show you a property. I try to stay away from that, and I try to become more hands-on with everybody because in the end, that's what it's about. It's about feeling like they're wanted and needed, So that's basically my story.
Beautiful. Welcome, Jules. Thank you. And is it Jules? Is that we're pronouncing that?
It's Jules.
Jules.
Like Jules, yeah.
Ah,
Jules.
Like
Town Jules.
I love it.
Arguing.
I love it. Jules, well, welcome to the Real Raw. So excited to have you here today. I see Nicole's here. Sean, are you here? Okay. Nicole's one is here. All right, let's keep rolling.
Should we hear about a fun fact about Jules?
Yes, let's definitely hear a fun fact.
Well, I used to be a server at a place called King's Dining and Entertainment. It's a $7 million bowling alley out of Doral, but they started their bowling, adventure in Boston. So we were their 10th store, and I was doing that for a while. And I gave that up because I wanted to do like real estate full time. So, and I've been doing pretty well. So, I mean, I like going to the movies. I like a glass of wine every now and then. So I don't know. I guess I gave you more than one fact.
That is a super fun fact. Well, welcome, Jules, to the Real Raw. We're super excited to have you. And who else we got, Gina?
We have our first, our first judge today is Tamara Marino, also from Miami, commercial and residential insurance broker who's operating and building her own business for Great Florida Insurance Company since 2009. She covers the greater Miami area, thrives in connecting with high-level business leaders like all of you, and we are so glad you're here with us today. Please, everyone, join me in welcoming Tamara to the Real Raw.
Hello, Tamara. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, can hear you perfectly.
Camera and a new setting, so I'm like very nervous. And obviously I haven't decided or fixed all the kinks yet because I know that it's not directly at me yet, but working on that. So I apologize.
No worries, Tamara. So excited. And what caused you to say yes to being on the Real Raw today? David?
Great motivational. And it's a great asset to a team that I have put together here in Miami with our group. So he actually, mentioned it, and I thought it would be a great, opportunity for me to share and meet new business owners and entrepreneurs, and basically work with a new set of group of business owners, basically.
Beautiful. And Tamara, what is a fun fact about you?
I like horseback and I like dancing. That's basically the two things that I like the most, and I'm very active and sporty. That's that.
Beautiful. Well, welcome, Tamara. We are super excited to have you. And I think we have Yulia back as well. Yulia, we introduced you, but if you want to come on and say hello and share a fun fact.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure meeting everybody, and I've seen some of you before. For myself, I live in Miami. I've been here since 2000 and been in Florida since 2013 and Miami since 2015. And for the last 14 years, I've been doing commercial transactions. So I love development. I love, financing commercial, well, collaborating with other people, but finding the deals and making money for other people so that they can benefit and for myself as well. So that's my joy and my passion, and pleasure meeting you.
And Yulia, what is like a fun fact about you? Like something that we wouldn't expect?
My magic number is 3. I always stay married for 3 years. I live in every city for 3 years. So it sounds like this is a magic number for me.
So that's a perfect place for me to drop in. So, and are you more than like 28 years old?
Yes.
Okay. So 3. So you've been married at least like 4 times?
3.
All right. Excellent job. No, I'm just kidding you. It's a pleasure and honor to be here. And what's like your mission in the world? Like, what are you creating, impacting, shifting in this world?
Well, the mission, if you ask that, my mission is to see diamonds in the rocks, and by sharing light and love, to create the good for the benefit of Mother Earth in the name of God. So that's what it sounds like. But what it actually means is I enjoy doing what I do, and I see the benefit. It's the benefit for the community, it's benefit of the truth for the people. And I also, my aspiration is to do also nonprofit. So one of the nonprofit is for children with cancer, to empower them. And another one is to stop the suicides in our industry.
No, that's awesome. Wow.
To revolve the industry, because that's not something that gets advertised a lot.
No, understood. Incredible amount of dynamics at play. There's a Kevin Spacey movie that had him at a breakdown state with a realtor. It's a great movie. I think it won an Academy Award back in the 90s. And I'm trying to think of the name of it. I'll think of it before we get off. So Kevin Spacey movie where he played a realtor. His wife played a realtor actually, and like the beautiful conflict that can exist in us is we're like rising, accelerating, building. And so the uncertainty and fear that could be happening at the same time, and the stress and overwhelm. So thank you for being here. Thank you for your work in saving lives. And I do a lot of different things, but I own a law firm, 100 plus people. And the legal field is a field of incredible amounts of depression, upset, frustration, alcoholism, and even suicide as well. So thank you for the work you're doing in the world.
Thank you. Thank you guys for being here.
Yeah. And thank you guys for all your patience. So we're coming broadcasting from Caligari Law, the Unblinded Studios area up here in New Jersey, and had some technical difficulties today, a couple of transitional dynamics. Apologies. This is our more than 500th show. More than 3,000 people have been on. So thank you. It is normally not friction filled at all technologically. So thanks for the patience. And Gina, who we got?
Sean, do you know your video is still off?
I do not.
Okay, your video is still off.
Yes, and I am turning it and it's not, but we'll figure it out.
Okay.
All right, so our next judge from Miami, Florida, also has been successful owner of a private investigation company for the past 25 years. So that is exciting. He's successful in obtaining a contract investigating mortgage fraud for the largest PMI insurer through the mortgage crisis. Very exciting to have you here. Please, everyone join me in welcoming Daniel Maya Kudera.
Daniel, how are you?
Good. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Daniel, did you ever hear of Scott Rothstein?
I have.
Yes. Can I share a fun fact? So what do you know about Scott Rothstein?
Just from what I've read, that's more, I guess, best more than anything else.
Yeah. And so did you have any connectivity to any of the insanity going on with your investigations?
No.
Okay.
Thank God. I'm glad I didn't.
Yes. So I'll come back to that in a second with a fun fact. But what is your fun fact to start with?
I've been married for 30 years to my high school sweetheart.
It's a beautiful thing. What year of high school did you meet?
We met actually in 1988 and we got married in 1992 and been married since. It's been great.
Beautiful. What year of high school did you meet?
1988. Actually, she went to LaSalle. I went to Cole Park. We actually met at the beach. She
Yeah.
claimed.
I mean, like what? Like were you a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior?
I was a junior. She was a sophomore.
Very nice. That is a beautiful story. That's a beautiful story.
Mhm.
And what's your mission in the world, Daniel?
I'm here to serve. I'm here to serve my clients. I've served my community since, I've been a licensed investor for 25 years, but I actually opened Maya and Maya in 2003. I left working Medicare in 2006, and I had the opportunity to grow this great investigative company through starting investigating real estate fraud. And it's always been about serving the community. I always felt that if you serve your community, you take care of your customers, the money comes. And sure enough, that's exactly what has occurred. Now I've had the opportunity for the past 4 years. In 2018, I got my realtor's license. And around that same time, I started developing a team to take over my PI company. And of course, my wife being the center point of that, because we've been working together since 2008. And that's been to my success. People think it's all because you came to teach her investigations. No, she came to really be my most trusted advisor. And it was the best decision I ever made was to, ultimately work with my wife, because it was something that I know that she always had my better interest, but at times when I might have been swaying the wrong decision, or maybe I was too harsh or otherwise, she always grounded me in a certain way and always reminded me, hey, we started from this, so remember. And that was like being on the Florida Turnpike with no traffic. It was awesome.
Oh, brother. That's awesome. Love hearing that. Feel your heart, brother. Beautiful stuff. And fun fact about Mr. Rothstein is I was the first person to report him to the FBI.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was in his office. He asked my client for $8 million. And I'm not going to go through the whole story of how I figured it out. But for those that don't know, Scott Rothstein's doing 45 years in federal prison. He's from South Florida, from Fort Lauderdale. He ran a law firm called Rothstein, Rosenfeld, Adler. And the entire thing basically was a pyramid scheme. It was unbelievable. And but fun fact is the FBI opened a file, but it didn't do anything because my client didn't invest the money. And I fought with my client. He wanted to invest the money. He's like, no, this is fine. We went down with the former head of white collar crimes from the FBI as our, sort of code due diligence expert with the due diligence I was doing. And the former head of white collar crimes from the FBI is like, I think you should invest. And I'm like, are you guys crazy? And so after tackling them and preventing my client from pressing the button to wire the money, 45 days later, the FBI raided the offices after the next person, who is the attorney in the MSNBC American Greed episode, also thankfully prevented his client from investing the money. And had invested the money, and his client wasn't getting the money back in the next turn of the pyramid scheme. And then the FBI raided, and all the things happened. It's an incredible MSNBC American Greed episode. But Daniel, thank you for the work you do in preventing fraud. And there's a lot of complexity out there. Amen, brother.
Amen.
No, thank you. Gina.
Next, again, from Miami, Florida, founder of the File Title Services Company, meaning faithful in Spanish and Portuguese. That's very cool. Offering, commercial and real estate and residential real estate customers the best service, partners with buyers, sellers, realtors, lenders, investors, and builders. Please, everyone, join me in welcoming Nick Varner to The Real Raw.
Nick, how are you?
Good, John. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, so I think, thank you, Gina. I think I'm going to go with two fun facts briefly. So Daniel prompted the second one. So my first fun fact is that I actually graduated high school in Tokyo, Japan.
Whoa.
And
wow.
My second fun fact is I also met my wife walking on the beach in Brazil at 6 in. So
that's
awesome. My fun facts.
So what prompted Tokyo? Like, how'd that fit into the equation?
Yeah, I was born and raised in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and
that's not Tokyo.
and so my dad came home from work one day and said, "Hey, how do you feel about Tokyo, Japan?" And the question was more just, we're getting on a plane next week and going to Tokyo because there's an opportunity there. So, yeah, a week later we were looking at schools in Tokyo, and I spent my last 3 years of high school in Japan, an all boys school.
Awesome. Well, that is beautiful and wonderful. And what's the mission? Like, if you can have it all your way, what are you doing 5-10 years from now that's just like making your heart sing?
Yeah, so I really love developing my business. We operate in multiple states. I want to continue to grow that. I want to continue to develop a lot of loyal people that I work with and work for me. Also, continuing to raise my 2 kids, William and Camila, here in Coral Gables. And as far as that's professionally, just continue to try to also as well grow my real estate portfolio personally. And then also we try to work with special needs communities, specifically autism awareness.
Awesome. Well, beautiful. One of our clients in Unblinded Elite is actually throwing a major autism event in New York City mid to late this year. So again, thank you. By the way, I don't know if you guys know, I'm blind. So we are involved in a lot of charitable causes, and I'm on the board of the American Foundation for the Blind. So we are very present to charity, heart, giving, contribution. So thanks for being here for the work you're doing with the autism world.
Thank you.
Thank you. Gina.
Next,
Ralph. Gina. Come on, Gina.
All right, now Ralph Narette is with us. Sean,
there you are. There you are,
Ralph.
Gina. There, where are you hiding? From your head to your body, your heart.
I was totally thinking about the charity that Yulia is involved with children with cancer, but that's what I was thinking about. Sorry, Ralph. High level.
Is it scary for you? Wait, Gina, is it scary for you that I could read your mind blind across like the airway?
Yes, it is very scary, and every single one of you, this man cannot like it's incredible and amazing, and yes, it is. Thank you, Sean Gallagher. So let me tell you about Ralph. He's a real estate professional and extensive in his expertise, director of operations for his real estate company. Previously, this man served in the United States Marine Corps. So thank you for your service. He also speaks 5 languages. So please, everyone, join me in welcoming Ralph Narette to the room.
Ralph, first of all, thank you for your service, for allowing us to have fun, create impact, and be in a free nation, making free decisions because of people like yourself. So thank you for your service.
Well, it was an honor for me to serve, so no need to thank. It's strange, actually, like getting to hear that, like, thank you for your service thing, because when I served a while ago where we weren't so recognized. It wasn't exactly the greatest thing. We weren't very well received by people. So I do apologize. I don't even know how to respond nowadays when people kind of come to me and say, thank you for your service. So my response to that is like, there's nothing to, it's like it was my honor. It was my choice. So thank you for the appreciation.
Thank you. And I would say that, I am present to at least the concept of what you're sharing with people. And we talk about all the time that everything that people engage in, every act, every word is an act of love or it's a cry for help. And our being present, I have empathy for folks that, absorb pain, wanted peace and all the things. I think sometimes we can maybe not be as clear on how to create the outcomes we want in the world. And I am very clear that without the United States military, I might be wearing a swastika or I might be enslaved by somebody. So it is heroic. It is amazing. It is vital to protect the free world. And so with all my heart, again, Ralph, thank you.
Oh, thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you. And so Ralph, what's your fun fact?
Fun fact, I'm also the president of a company, of a non-for-profit company called VA Rep, which stands for Veteran Association of Real Estate Professionals. And what we do is that we find veterans that don't know their benefits through real estate. And so we teach them and guide them through education. And we actually give away a free home to a homeless veteran at least once a month. We are a national company, so we go around and try to educate our veteran and try to teach them and guide them through sustainable home ownership.
Oh my God. And we have a client in Unblinded Elite, Maria Simone and Chad Warren, that have a tiny homes company. So that could be an interesting intersection with what you're up to. So thank you. And by the way, 5 languages, English is one of them. What are the other 4?
You know, funny, Japanese is one of them. I actually lived in Japan for 3.5 years. I was in the military. I was stationed in Japan for 3.5 years. So that's one of them also. Spanish being another one. French. I'm of Haitian descent. So French is also one of my languages.
Beautiful. Well, hyper impressive, my friend. Thank you for being here. And you ready to have some fun, Ralph?
I'm sorry?
Are you ready to have some fun today?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do it. Gina!
All right, next up, this beautiful lady served at Tony Robbins' crew with me. She's here with her hubby. So ladies first, Fasoon Reinhardt is with us today. Dynamic couple from Miami, business consultant, business leader, entrepreneurs in the Miami area, spending many years working with corporations and truly passionate about helping people and their businesses thrive. Please, everyone join me in welcoming Fasoon to The Real Raw.
And I want to make sure I get the pronunciation correct. So one more time.
Yeah, Fasoon, you say it because I may have said it wrong. I haven't seen you in a while. Please, you're muted. Yes, you're muted.
Fasoon, hello?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
There she is.
I thought you are controlling that, but I'm controlling actually. Hi, everybody. It's very nice to be with you guys here. I used to be with you before. I think it was last year. I attended a couple of times to these calls with the help of David Rush and Victoria Grinham. And I got the chance chatting with you also, Sean, in one of these Unblinded calls. So it has been a while. So much has changed in my life. For the first time, my husband is joining this call. And for the first time, he's joining such a call in his life, I think. So David pushed me and I pushed him.
Beautiful.
And before you ask, I would like to say at least one fun fact. At the moment, we are at a hotel in front of the restaurant where we will have dining. And he's sitting in one corner of the lobby. I have no clue where. And I'm sitting on the other corner of the lobby. So we are joining from the lobby of this hotel.
That is a beautiful fun
That
fact.
is fun.
I want to pronounce your name correctly. How do you pronounce your name?
Fasoon.
Fasoon?
Yes, you did it well before. And one more time, you did it well again, Sean.
Fasoon. Okay, I want to make sure. Excellent. Pleasure to have you back. Thank you so much. Yeah, let's rock this thing. Gina, I think we have somebody else.
We sure do. Mr. Mike Reinhardt is with us, Fasoon's husband. Founder of the Miami Guide, a Miami-based platform that promotes Miami businesses and happenings with over 200,000 followers on Instagram. So everyone might want to know this guy right here. Please, everyone join me in welcoming Mike Reinhardt to The Real Raw.
Mike, how are you? Is Mike unmuted?
Yeah, doing great. Yeah, we're from Miami. So is it, do you hear me?
Yes.
We hear you, but I think you're frozen. So you're coming in and out, Mike.
Yeah. So Mike.
Okay.
Yeah, we got you now. All good. All good. So what's your fun fact, Mike?
Yeah, so I think fun fact is that basically I built a Miami Guide, running the Miami Guide from Amsterdam.
Wow.
So Amsterdam, was running the Miami Guide, and right now I moved here and I run.
Oh, Mike got cut off. I heard Mike is
I think he just
Miami.
dropped.
Yep. So we'll get Mike back on in a second. But hearing Miami Guide, all the things. Fasoon, thank you for that. And Gina, are we up to the redhead?
We sure are, Sean.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you go, Mike. You back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. So Mike, I heard 200,000 Instagram followers. What's the mission though? Why are you doing all this? It sounds amazing, beautiful, wonderful. What drives you?
Yeah, well, Miami is an amazing city, and it's the first city that I arrived from Europe. So, and yeah, we have been just growing with the city. Miami is really booming. So a lot of people are moving down here. There are a lot of events in Miami, and helping to promote these events and the hospitality sector in Miami.
Nice. Well, Mike, thank you for being here. Looking forward to getting this thing rolling. Appreciate you. And now Mike and everyone, we're up to this woman. Started selling crafts on her front lawn as an 8-year-old. You talk about the superpower of influence. She did more business by the age of 8 than I had done by the age of 27, because then she became a 7-figure earner in the space of network marketing at the age of 19, then became not the number 5, 3, or 4 or 2, but number 1, numero uno. That's as much Spanish as I know, pretty much. Business broker in the state of Nevada. Youngest woman ever. First woman ever, youngest person ever, 24 years old, now co-host of The Real Raw, speaking on stages all over the place, including she was speaking down in Miami just a little over 2 months ago at our Unblinded event, rocking the stage, people like Lee Steinberg, The Real Jerry Maguire, I don't know, Roger Clemens, Lawrence Taylor in the building, and she's up on stage. They're listening to her talk. The one, the only co-host of The Real Raw, Bella Verita. Let's hear it for Bella. Bella, how are you?
I am wonderful, Sean.
What is your fun fact?
My fun fact today, well, I already shared while you were having technical difficulties, I did share about our Miami excursion in the Coral Gables apartment building. I did share that fun fact with everyone, how we were knocking on doors. And I would think my other fun fact is I am 44 years old and I just started college.
Yes.
Yeah.
This woman is in school studying to be a minister, which is extraordinary. So 44 years old, going to college, ministerial school, all the things in her heart, caring about people, beautiful stuff. And now, Gina, thank you for getting us going. Thank you for battling through uncharacteristically wacky technical difficulties. Beautiful job today. And we will see you in the multiverse, Gina Ricci.
Thank you. Ciao for now.
Bye, Gina.
Ciao. Bella, who's going first?
Let's go with Yulia today.
I love this. Yulia, who would you like Bella to be? We're playing with the superpower of influence, not pitching, hooking, closing, overpowering, taking, but integrous, mutual value. How we go from hello to yes, open listening, all the things. Yulia, who would you like Bella to be? She could be an ideal client or anybody. What do you think?
She's thinking.
Yeah. I just have so many options. I'm like, okay, can she be everything? So, yeah, let's go with one of the avatars.
Okay, so like an ideal
avatars for clients.
Nice. And what would you like her to be? Looking for what? A home?
No. Let me think.
I'm sorry?
Let's do that. I'm just thinking out loud.
Okay.
So let's address something, because I like making it difficult. So I'm going to make it difficult for myself. Good. And in reality, the challenge right now, and it's very widespread challenge, because there is really, with inflation, with everything, we've got to have a safety. So, real estate provides you the safety, but the challenge is that there is no inventory. So what Bella is doing, Bella has properties.
As what?
Portfolio of properties. You have portfolio of properties.
Okay.
And you're looking to expand and to grow into something larger, obviously to increase your cash flows and do better contribution. Maybe you sold your business and you want to invest in more. But
I have properties. I just sold my business and I'm looking for more properties.
So you have properties and you're selling your properties.
I'm selling my properties. Okay, got it.
Yeah. It's like yeah, go ahead.
But it's not just a sale, it's 1031 exchange.
Yeah, I'm very familiar. So, I used to be in commercial real estate, so I'm very familiar with the 1031 exchange.
So you're not, you want something safe, you want something secure, you don't want to you don't want to pay capital gain, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
And you want to get into something that makes sense.
What's the yes that you're seeking, that you will be the real estate agent to help Bella achieve all of this, correct?
Yeah, sell my properties and do a 1031 exchange, right?
So yes, I want to
Okay,
hear
let's go.
all your challenges. I want to get your brain and to handle all of that.
All right,
Perfect.
let's go.
Oh, take us in.
Hello, this is Bella.
Hi, Bella. This is Julia Vargas. I do commercial real estate in Miami, and I saw that you are selling the property. You recently closed on the property at ABC Street. And my question is, what is your plan of action from here on? What are you looking to accomplish?
Yeah, so I have the 4 properties right now. We just acquired the 4th, and now that we have acquired the 4th, it's kind of a headache, it's kind of a pain. And now we want to take all of the properties, sell them all, and look, obviously I don't want to, pay taxes. So we've got to look for something else to invest in.
Okay, I can totally understand. Capital gain is the last thing that you want to pay. What was your experience so far? How far are you in the process? Have you been looking?
I have not started looking yet. No, because we just closed on this 4th property, and it has been quite a headache, super exhausting and frustrating. And so I am now just kind of coming up for air.
Wow. So you just closed and you've been through a lot of challenges. Yes. And now you still have to look for something and to get something to replace the assets.
Yes. And now I am exhausted. I don't want it to be a long process. I'm hoping that maybe you have something that you are familiar with already or have available that, that we can do a quick exchange, because I don't really want to hunt for properties. I don't really want to, look at a bunch of different things and look at a bunch of different numbers. I'd like to make a quick decision.
Were you considering alternative investments at all? Like
Such
investing
as
into investing into fund that holds real estate assets or something like that?
Investing into what?
Fund that holds real estate assets to make it a quicker transition.
I mean, at this point, I'm looking for something that is super secure. There's a lot going on in the world right now. And the most important thing is that my investments are secure.
Sure. And what does security means for you? How do you define security?
That's a great question. The security for me means that I am certain that it's something that I will not lose in. I know right now that the market is, a little bit volatile, that the profits could, have a very wide range. But I definitely am not looking to lose. This last property has been quite a headache. So definitely looking for something that.
Excuse me, Bella. I had the property manager on the phone from one of the places, and they're saying that there's like a journey happening or something. I don't even know what they're talking about. Can you talk to these people?
Those are my people.
Amazing. Yulia, great job. Appreciate you, and we'll see what the judges have to say in a sec. Beautiful. Who's going next, Belle?
Let's go with Mr. Jules, Mr. Crown Jules.
Hi,
Mr.
how
Crown
are you?
Jules. How are you?
Good.
Who would you like
Right,
Bella to be?
Mine is going to be Bella is basically has her nephew living with her, and she needs to buy a duplex. She needs to sell her house and buy a duplex because she wants to put her nephew on one side of the house and she wants to have her own privacy. So, but we need to make that happen at the same time. We need to look for a property for her, and we need to sell her property simultaneously and make it happen. I don't know why my screen is black, but
all right, all good.
We can see you perfectly. Yeah, John's screen is black, but we can see you.
Oh, okay.
Bella, take us in.
All right. Hello, this is Bella.
Hi, this is Jules.
Hi, Jules. What can I do for you?
I heard that you were looking for a duplex for you and your nephew, and you're right now living in a house that you need to go ahead and put it on the market. And I think you mentioned something about it needed to be a little bit like, moving in, and simultaneously it needs to happen. So
that's correct. Yes.
I'm here to help you with that. I know the inventory right now is pretty low, but we can make it happen depending on what it is that you're, what you're looking
Yeah.
for.
How likely, is this? Because I wasn't expecting to, take in my nephew, and right now it's just it's a little bit, crowded, I guess you could say.
You want your privacy.
Yes.
I get it.
Definitely want my privacy. And so yeah. So but I'm still responsible. I still want him close. I still, he's had some challenges, and so I want to make sure he's so close I can keep an eye on him.
Understandable. Okay. So since I heard about that on the prior call, I did a little bit of a research. Your house right now is valued at like 400,000. So we're gonna probably get about 420 for your house. Okay. And I was looking at duplexes, and the thing with the duplexes is that since they're income producing, they tend to be a little bit higher. So we can't just get you from a 420 and buy a 420 duplex. So we're gonna have to probably up it up a little bit, because you don't want to be in a shabby duplex. I mean, there are $400,000 duplexes, but compared to the house that I see,
I still want to be in a good area.
Yeah. Hello. So I figured you want to, continue with your lifestyle without having to, not, So yes. Therefore, we're going to go ahead and I did my homework a little bit, and we're looking at duplexes in the $600,000 range. But
that feels like a big jump.
Yeah, it's a little big jump, but it's when you see what you get for your money, maybe we can negotiate depending on which one you choose. But I think there's stuff out there, and I think we should.
How good of a negotiator are you, though?
Oh, I'm a really good negotiator.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm a really good negotiator.
You sound very confident and certain.
Hear that.
Of course.
Yes.
But maybe we can meet up for coffee, and I'll show you some stuff. I mean, I'll send you some stuff through email.
Yeah, if I can see them first, and because I got a pretty good intuition, so I'll take a look at them first, and then we can take a look.
And if you find anything on Zillow or Realtor.com, feel free to just send me the address or the MLS number on there, and then I'll do my research and figure out what's really going on. Because sometimes those websites, they're not accurate. Like there might be a contract already on there, but they're still posted on Realtor.com. So I can make sure that it still is available, and I'll call the realtor and figure it out and make your life a lot easier.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Jules.
Excellent job, Jules. Let's go to see what the judges have to say about these extraordinary people.
Yes.
Which way are we going?
Let's start with Daniel. Daniel, how about your feedback for Yulia? And this is like 30 seconds of feedback, something that they did fantastic, something that they could, do to improve, and then a score of 1 to 10. 1 being like you would rather go jump in the freezing ocean in the middle of January than have a longer conversation. 5
in New Jersey, not in Miami. It's a lot different in New Jersey than Miami.
Yes, this is true. Because Sean makes people jump in freezing water in all kinds of crazy weather and conditions. So yes. 5 being like, you join him for a cup of coffee. And 10 being you would fly half across the world just to have an hour-long conversation with this person. So Daniel, how about your feedback for Yulia?
In regards to Yulia, I think she ultimately, and excuse me, I apologize when you say Julia, the young lady in the pink. So I want to make sure. Yes.
Yeah.
I think she presented herself well. She tried to answer every one of your questions. She ultimately also re-asked a question of each question there to make sure she ultimately understood what your concerns were, and ultimately tried to give you feedback based on every one of your concerns. And in addition, I think she tried to elaborate and try to help you based on your question in itself, that you wanted to invest based on that you sold your business and you have this large pile of money that you want to ultimately invest, and what's the best position for you to invest is and get your best ROI in return.
Thank you. And what's your score?
I think, my opinion, if you want to, and I hate putting numbers to somebody, but look, look, and in my opinion, I think she did very well. So I want to give her a 9. And I think she elaborated very well. So I think she did good. I understood her.
Thank you, Daniel.
So
Daniel, excellent job. Excellent job. Bella.
All right, let's hop over to Ralph. How about Ralph, your feedback for Jules?
Oh, I hate to repeat the same things here. I think she did a great job.
No, for Jules.
Well.
So he did Yulia, you're going to do Jules.
Oh, I'm doing Jules. Okay,
Yes.
okay. All right.
that's why I asked. That's why I asked the question, because they both have similar names.
Yes. So Jules, I think Jules did a great job as well. I think he was pretty thorough in asking all the questions that needed to be asked and addresses stuff that needed to be addressed. As far as number wise, I would say 8.
Nice.
Beautiful.
All right, excellent job, Ralph.
All
Bella.
right.
Let's go with Nicholas. Let's go. Nicholas, your feedback for Yulia.
Okay. Yeah, Yulia, I thought you did a really nice job. I thought you had a lot of passion. I mean, I can tell that you genuinely care about your client. I think you can tell, like, for me, I talked to a lot of realtors, and you can tell you're an expert in this space because kind of like the numbers and like the ideas kind of came to you during that 1031 exchange simulation. I guess like the only, I thought overall it was awesome. I think the only real feedback is just to try to get her talking more, maybe try to just say hey, what are you really looking for? And just trying to listen to her. It's tough in 3 minutes in that simulation, but I thought you did great overall, and I would give you an 8.
Nice.
Nicholas. Bell.
And finally, we have Tamra, your feedback for Jules. Then she's figuring out how to unmute.
Don't we also have our other dear friends?
They had to hop or close to the top of the hour, and they had somewhere they had to be. So they just hopped off the go. Yeah. There you go. I think we got you, Tamra. Can you hear me, Tamra?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. How about your 30 seconds of feedback for Jules?
I have to be honest with you. I had to get a call. So
no worries.
I will listen in for the next time.
No worries, Tamara.
Sorry, the insurance industry is kicking me. But I'm enjoying it though. However, I'm listening, but if you can pick me for the next one, that'd be great. Thank you.
That is absolutely no worries. So how about this? So this is the part of the show where
Sean, do you want to turn your camera on?
Yeah.
Or open your, yep.
It's the part of the show where Bella puts me on the hot seat, makes me do the same things that Jules and Yulia just had to do. So I think that Nicholas, your work is in the space of investigation, correct?
That was Daniel.
I'm sorry, that's Daniel. So how about this, Nicholas, you and Daniel, with his investigative background and your certainty and sort of incredibly professional demeanor, can you guys think of a scenario with Bella and any input from the rest of the crew that would make it super difficult and uncomfortable for me to have to go from hello to yes with integrity? Like, I'm not Scott Rothstein running a Ponzi scheme, like no good, right? But that we're actually something hard, really hard. And Belle, over to you, and see if our dear friends Daniel and Nicholas would jump in.
Yeah, so this is the part that we get to watch Sean go from hello to yes. And so he has role played situations where he has been President Trump convincing President Biden on why he should still build the wall. President Biden convincing President Trump on why everybody should get vaccinated. He has been the president of, I think it's Russia, or another president talking to the president of Russia, like trying to get them to, not deploy all their military and missiles and all of that. He has even been a conservative New Jersey attorney, or convincing a conservative New Jersey attorney on why he should go to Burning Man. So Nicholas, Daniel, and anybody else, any scenarios that come to mind that you would like to see Sean go from hello to yes?
Give me 1 second real quick.
So this can be not just like Miami real estate based. This can be any topic.
It can be any topic that would be beneficial to you that you would like to see him get a yes for.
or it could be Miami real estate based. So it could be anything.
Yes.
Okay. I'll make it more real estate. I'll make it more towards the topic of the point of the discussion. All right. Nick is the realtor. No, not Nick. Excuse me. Steve is the realtor. And Nick, let me know if you like this. He's the realtor. Ultimately, the scenario is they're about to close. It's 5 days to closing, but the buyer who was buying the house, the husband and wife, deposits in there. This has been their dream home. They're already approved. They're just waiting for the days. And the guy was walking across the street on 26th Street and he got run over and killed.
Wow.
So his job is to say whether what his position is at this point, whether this deal is going to go through or not.
Okay, so let me recap real quick. So I am going to be the realtor, or who am I going to be in that?
You're going to be the realtor.
Okay, and I'm
representing the buyers,
yeah,
the husband and wife.
The husband just was killed.
And you now have to explain and figure out whether this deal is going to go on or not, because you got 5 days and there's a deal in place. There's a deposit. They've used part of their life savings for this deposit. And of course, they got approved for the rest. They gave a large deposit of, say, 20%. And you have to now address this matter with your buyer, who her husband just got killed, and with everybody else involved. What do you do?
This is an awesome scenario. Normally, it's with one person because we have a limited amount of time to go from hello. Yeah. So do you want me to be working with the other side to get the deposit back? Or you want me to be working with this poor woman?
Hey, I have an amend situation that recently happened. So, okay, what if there's $100,000 in earnest money up on a property, and there's no financing contingency in place, no appraisal contingency in place. It's a hot market in Miami, so people do crazy things. They were for sure going to get the loan, but the condition of the property, they couldn't get the loan. How do you get the listing agent and the seller to get your earnest money back for your client?
Okay, and then there was some issue with the status of the property, or no?
Yes, but with the way the contract's written, you're in a bad spot.
Understood. And there's what was the issue with the property?
The roof's not great. Plumbing could be better. Probably won't get insurance.
We'll get them insurance.
All right.
Tamara's not on the case.
Gotcha. All right. So, and who is going to be the listing agent on the other side?
Daniel looks really tough. So,
all right. Daniel, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So, hey, Daniel, how are you? Obviously, I think you know why I'm calling.
No, why are you calling?
Okay. So we got a challenge with the inspection. I understand that there's no contingencies in the contract, but we do have a few things to talk about. So I know you only got about 3 minutes right now, and I think this is going to be probably a longer conversation. But do you have just about 3 minutes now?
Sure.
Okay. So I know the market's hot. I know all the things. How are you feeling about your client, this situation, if I were to tell you that based upon our review of the property, there's no way to get insurance, there's massive challenges and issues, and there's just no possibility on our side that this agreement can go forward? And I get it. I know what the contract says. There's a lot of complicated things around it. But just, at the outset, tell me how you're feeling about things.
Contract's a contract, that's number one, but let's just diagnose your situation as it relates to your insurance.
Yeah.
Have you tried Tamara from so-and-so? because she can get insurance? Have you tried Billy Joe from X, Y, and Z because he can get you insurance? Maybe you just haven't exhausted. You're assuming you can get insurance, but I mean, do you have a letter from an insurance carrier saying they won't insure the property?
I do. I have one.
Okay.
I love what you're saying. Listen, straight up, I think I would like for this agreement to go through.
All right.
There's some real challenges with the status of the property that were revealed through the inspection. So what and actually just taking half a step back, okay? Here's how I approach transactions, and I would love to know a little bit about why you do what you do, how things are going. My approach isn't typically like, hey, this is what it is, tough, right? Like, that's not how I am. I respect people's perspectives. I look to communicate reasonably, fairly, right? In all these situations. Is your approach more like, hey, let's talk about things, or it's more like, listen, this is what the contract says. If you don't like it, ... And I don't know you well. So how do you, Daniel, usually approach this?
You know, it depends on the point of leverage at this point. You know, one of the best trainings, and I'm answering this question as to you, not as to the scenario.
Yeah.
One of the better negotiating trainings I've ever received.
Well, let's just stay in the scenario, and you could be that, and then we can talk about the training after, or you could be telling, let's stay in the scenario. And if that's what you would say in the scenario, great. So please.
No, I wouldn't be. What I would say to you in the scenario is this.
Yeah.
You are basically leveraging one position. The position is you're trying to get your earnest deposit back. Maybe your leverage should be, you still want the property, and talk to me about what concessions we can possibly give you as a result of your possible issues that you're saying with the property.
Yeah.
Because, you know, as a result of us accepting your deal, we've now turned away 10 other buyers who may have never had any problems with this problem, would have gone through with this deal. As a matter of fact, I had one cash buyer recently as a result of us being under contract that would have purchased this with no problems. So ultimately, by now my client has had to wait. You're trying to get the money back because you're claiming that there's issues on this property. And then I've now gotten out of 10 other buyers. One was cash. So this deal would have gone through in 2.5 weeks. Matter of fact, we would have closed already. So we're waiting for your financing. You're claiming it's not going to go through. I don't see an opportunity here.
Yeah, understood. However, I haven't asked for them back yet. And absolutely.
What exactly are you asking?
I'm asking to have a conversation with you about where we go from here. Because I'm hearing you, but we can also, because we've had conversations, I got a problem, your client has a problem, because my client.
I disagree with you. My client has no problem. My client has a contract.
Okay.
And we have a contract based
and my client's brother is one of the top trial lawyers on the East Coast, and he'll sue your client for fraud. So if we're going to talk about like what positions we don't have, because we had a conversation and they said, nope, no problems with the property. There's enormous problems with the property. I get where you're coming from. So if we're communicating this way, right? I don't want to communicate this way. So you're telling me there's no problem. You're wrong. There is a problem, because there's a problem if your client spends $400,000 over $100,000 issue. And that's what my client's brother does for a living, is in real estate litigation.
And I appreciate your client, your brother.
And by the way, I don't want that. I don't want that. I'm not threatening you, because that person, my client's brother, is going to sue me too. So this isn't like I'm telling you, hey, like, we're coming at you. I'm telling you, I got a problem. Your client's got a problem. My client's got a problem. And the only problem you have, you don't have a real problem. The only problem you have is you don't get paid. So I am trying to work through this.
Let's understand each other real quickly. Yeah. You don't take out the saddle unless you're going to ride the horse. So guess what? Saddle's already been taken out. So the horse is about to be red. So you didn't take out your brother's, your brother's going to sue unless you were going to ride the saddle. So you know what?
No, it's not my brother. It's not my brother. It's my client's brother.
I get it, but you brought him out. So as a result, he's on the saddle's on the horse already. You can't bring the saddle back. You already took it out. You can't put it back into the thing. It's on the horse. So the bottom line of the fact is, you already mentioned it. So, and I'm going to go to you and say this, hey, we have an as-is contract. And there's nothing we didn't disclose about the property. We disclosed it all. The fact that you found something else that my client may have not been aware about, you'd have to prove that he was aware of it in litigation. That's going to cost you guys additional money. And that's not where I'm trying to go. So,
right. But Daniel, you're confused because I am not proving anything. I'm getting sued and sitting in a courtroom. Here's what's going to happen. I'm getting sued sitting in a courtroom. I don't necessarily even believe my client's position or my client's brother. So I'm in a courtroom getting sued. Your client's in a courtroom getting sued. You're not getting paid because you're trying to keep $100,000. This is the hottest real estate market on the planet. My client's brother is nuts. I'm happy to get everybody on the phone. And if you think these people are bluffing, go ahead. Tell your client what to do. What I think makes sense is give my client their money back. You'll have my client replaced in 9 seconds because the entire world is moving to South Florida because of tax issues, COVID freedom, whatever else politically is going on. I am just telling you the truth. I am not threatening you. I've been threatened. That's not your problem, except it is because you're not going to get paid. And you want to get paid. Your client wants to get paid. I am saying let's have a conversation with everybody in the room. And I'm telling you to make a decision.
I am here to serve my client. And my client in my position will be this. I can care less about the payment. However, we are not going to take the threats. A, number one. B, I'm going to tell my client to hire.
You think I'm threatened?
I'm going to advise my client at this point to hire Greenberg.
Troutwig, my client eats them for breakfast. My client's brother eats them for breakfast.
Listen to me, like you took out the saddle, my friend. Get those pants ready and ride the horse, baby. Because hey,
we're riding the horse all the way through.
Listen, hey, we're gonna ride the horse. Let's ride the horse, baby. Let's go. Hey, it's gonna happen. You ready to ride the horse? Let's ride the horse, baby. Let's go.
That's great. How
Let's ride the horse? Listen, what I hear is conversation. What I don't hear is a solution. Here's the solution.
The solution is you can't get another buyer for this property in 5 minutes. I'm asking you.
I don't know. If I could find 10 buyers because we're on the contract.
You care about your client. How about if I have the buyer and you're cut out? Do you want me to tell your client that? I'm asking you. So I'll find the buyer, right? So I'll find the buyer.
It's not the point. The point is like this. Hey, if I lend you my car, check this out. If I lend you my car and I say, hey, Steve, this is a 1969 Ford Mustang Shelby. This was my grandfather's car that I've had restored. I'm going to let you use this. And then later on down the road, you said you needed to do it for some sort of movie set or something or whatever advertisement we're going to do. And as a result, bro, you scratched the side of my car and then you messed up the rim. And then, but we never saw these things. You said, oh my God, no, it was there. What? It was there. And as a result, now I have damages. And now you're going to say to me, well, but it wasn't there.
What are your clients' damages? That they got their money a month later?
No.
You want interest on
damages
500 grand?
Is the inability to have accepted 10 other buyers that would have had one that was a cash buyer as a result of being under contract with you. And now you're going back to me saying, I want to get out because I'm gun shy or because, oh my God, there's a problem with the roof or
Daniel, your damages are only measured. Your damages are only measured by what you don't replace.
Listen
so
to
if
me.
You sell the house 2 months later. What else?
If we sell the house. If we sell the house. If we sell the house 10 minutes later, it could be on the market now for 3 months. Because guess what? Every other buyer now, when we didn't have a buyer before, is going to ask, oh, what happened to that buyer?
So the house could be on the market for 3 months.
It doesn't matter, but now we had a buyer. They understood that it was off. It was pending. Now it went back on. We always know that's a problem.
So you're telling me that you want this to be turned over to law firms instead of sitting down with me, you, my client, your client.
Listen, we can sit down and we can come to an applicable agreement, but you took out the saddle. So guess what? I'm not afraid of the saddle.
I get that you're not afraid, but is it a yes that we'll sit down tomorrow for an hour and see if we could avoid saddles, horses, riding, and law firms? Is that fair?
Listen, like I said, we can sit down. I don't have a problem. I'm
All
not
right, listen,
committing. I'm not telling my client
Daniel.
to commit to anything.
Okay, Daniel, you did an awesome job, dude. Let's hear it for Daniel. That is a great job. How did that feel
I
for you,
think that's
Daniel?
the toughest anyone has ever given you, Sean.
Yeah, you did awesome, brother. So how did that feel for you? I love it. Beautiful
Felt
job.
great. Great. I listen, I like the angles of going with litigation and stuff like that because it just brought me to a very, very comfortable place. I have been in these situations and stuff like that, and it's comfortable because it's something that I'm used to. I'm used to being in the mud because of something now that I'm just a founder of this company. My wife runs it, and I love real estate and that angle of real estate, but I like being in the muck. The muck for me is fun. I'm just comfortable in it. I've seen it. Fun fact, and I'm glad I said no to it because I just didn't like it. When I first got into this in 2008, I get a call from an attorney in West Palm Beach, in the Palm Beach area. And the attorney calls me and says, "Hey, Dan, I want to hire you because we need to interview a series of different women who are alleging whatever." You already know the case because if you've been listening, the guy died in jail. So you should know without me saying a name.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? It's a long drive and I work the area, but you know what? I got a bunch of other things with PMI and all this other stuff. You know what? And I don't like the circumstances. You know what? I pass. I don't want to do it. Thank God, because you just never know, and by assessing certain situations. And your scenario is a very, very interesting scenario that will happen so often. And as a seller's agent, you have to be willing to go in the mud. You have to be willing to fight because the moment you relent and you're scared, the other side has you. It's done.
Yep.
It's over.
Daniel.
You might as well say, hand the check over because it's done.
Yeah, we're going to pause there. I just want to acknowledge you for doing absolutely
That was
outstanding.
awesome. Thank you so much. It was a great experience.
Yeah. Your certainty stayed so high. I agree with everything you said. You did a beautiful job. And how was your time with us in the Real Raw today, Daniel?
It's been awesome. Love it. This panel's amazing.
Yeah, great job, brother. Let's go. Yulia, how was your time? Great job. I can't see. I'm blind, but I think it's really cool that you're wearing pink today. So how was your time with us in the Real Raw?
I felt like I'm back in mediation room. Because that's exactly the situations that we deal, that unfortunately we have to handle and deal with it. Yeah. And they do happen more often than we think. And, in real life, they happen just like they happen here. So the only difference that the reference is always goes back to Florida statutes, if we're talking about Florida. And it goes back to the law. And then it makes it much easier to find the solution. So, but this group is fantastic. Thank you so much. And thank you for creating this space. It has been incredible.
Amazing.
Beautiful job. Beautiful job. Ralph, how was your time in the Real Raw today?
Outstanding, actually. I didn't know what to expect. And I'm actually glad that I participated. And it was very well spent time that I enjoyed very much.
Beautiful. Beautiful work. Jules, how about yourself?
Sean, Tamara needs to hop and she wanted to share.
Cameron,
so can we go to her next?
Cameron, please. Thank you for being here. How was your time?
I absolutely loved it. I know I was a little shy at the beginning, but I think it's my first time. So I really, really appreciate, basically everybody coming together and helping each other. It's really a great, cool concept. So I really, really appreciate it. Okay. So.
Beautiful job. Awesome. Thank you for being here. Jules, negotiator extraordinaire. How was your time?
I had a really good time. Cameron, you did well. I see you're fabulous. You warmed up to us. I think you feel much comfortable now. But I learned a lot. And it was fun. It's interesting, but it was fun. It was fine.
Very cool. Who is left that we didn't get to?
Nicholas and Ralph.
Nicholas. Yes, Ralph, we did. Nicholas, beautiful job in co-creating the scenario. How was your time in the real run, Nicholas?
And I had a great time. Awesome group of people here, and amazing professionals, and a lot of fun. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you, Nicholas. And Bella, beautiful job. Final.
Finals, just, thank you all for being here. And Daniel, Nicholas, thank you for the amazing scenario.
Hey, Nicholas, he came up with the scenario. He's the awesome one.
Yeah, the great scenario, Daniel. Great role play. Because I do think that it gives a lot of people opportunity to learn and grow. And Sean, Tony Robbins said, whether you like him or not, there's no one that leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callagy. And if you don't know what he's up to, you need to. And that is because he is teaching the superpower of influence that the team is going to drop in the chat, like what that formula is. Just download that guide, and hopefully we'll see you all on a show again in the future. Sean, back to you.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Great job.
Sean is a superstar.
I'm sorry?
Sean is a superstar.
Yes.
No. Thank you. Listen, you guys are absolutely amazing and extraordinary. My work in the world is 24 years ago. I failed freshman high school geometry for the year. I was going blind coming out of playing baseball at Columbia, hoped to go on and play professionally. And I had no idea what to do with my life. So I went to law school. I got a job. I was absolutely miserable. I felt there was no personal, professional, financial development whatsoever that was there. Big firm, wonderful people, all the things. I quit my job 6 months in because I wanted to see if the work of Tony Robbins, Jay Abraham, and things I was reading and learning, this is 25 years ago now, 1997, it's 25 years ago. It worked, and it did. So my work in the world is to support people in creating more, but not like everybody says that. There is a science to influence with integrity. There is a place to use it to create exponential growth. And there's other dynamics of how we emotionally do it. Daniel did an incredible job of emotionally staying centered in a complicated dynamic. That is an incredible superpower of certainty, demonstrated incredible work. Our work in the world is to make more happen. So hopefully this is just the beginning. If not, God bless. Hot real estate market, but the world changes. So what do we do to prepare for all that and all the things? That's our work in the world as well. Love you guys. It's all right there for us. I am blind, but I think we're all blind. Bella?
And just learning to see. Bye-bye, everyone.
Take care.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.